Well, the gang's all here and the Diamondbacks win, so we're lighting up the cactus light, petting LG3 on the head, and welcoming back our lost snake son. All this in 30 seconds. Don't you go anywhere. Presented by our friends at Circle K, live from beautiful downtown Phoenix, Arizona. It is the PHNX Diamondbacks show. Welcome to our house. Baby, we can cruise now. Wait, take control now. We can't even slow down. Don't let the snakes get hot. Welcome into another edition of the PHNX Diamondbacks show. My name is Derek Montia, occasionally known as the mayor of PHNX. We got our guy Damon Dog on the ones and twos back there. Damon had just asked me, when was the last time we even did a post-game show where we didn't light up the cactus light and hear that beautiful winning music? And I don't know the answer to that because the Snakes are hot and they win again, winning the series opener over the Red Sox by a score of 10-5. Welcome in. Great to see you guys here. For those of you that aren't still at the Flo Rida concert, happy to have you here. For those of us joining us later, I hope the dozens of you that attended that concert enjoyed it very much. This show, of course, is brought to you by our friends at Bet365 and Game Time. Make sure to go download that Bet365 app. It definitely makes betting on live football way more fun, so make sure to use our code of PHNX365. When you sign up, you'll get yourself some bonus bets. Over at Game Time, use our code of PHNX. You'll get $20 off your first purchase. So great to see you guys here. So great to have you here.
To the dozens of us here in the chat.
To the dozens of people in the chat.
Leave a like.
Leave a like. Subscribe if you haven't done so. Look who is back. My son, our boy, has returned. Blaze Alexander luckily was busy in a team meeting, so Cam Cox from Channel 12 News did help rescue my son today, and I did live up to my end of the bargain, even though as Killer Rex, who isn't here, he's definitely not here because they won and we're happy. So there's no way Killer Rex is here. But with my teal/gray beard and my bag of Sour Patch Kids, is everything okay, Damon?
You can't shut down on us, but I think we're back.
All right, I think we're back.
If we're back.
Are we back, people? We'd love to hear from you in the chat. Make sure you let us know if we're back. We had a temporary hiccup there thanks to ECAM, but we are back for sure. And again, the Diamondbacks win this one over the Boston Red Sox by a score of 10-5. Just a great all-around win for the Diamondbacks tonight. Damon, the record is 71-71. The Diamondbacks are back to 500. Send Domo up that mountain. Woo! That's always great to see. Diamondbacks sit at 71-71. It was a great win today. And of course, the story of the game is that Eduardo Rodríguez, which version we don't know we're going to get at any time. We don't know which version of Erod we'll get. We got the good one tonight. He got plenty of run support early on, and he cruised in this one against his former team, kind of dominating. Once he got past some hard contact he was giving up early on. However, the Diamondbacks bullpen is going to bullpen, and they made it very close there late. However, the Diamondbacks were able to recover and score a whole bunch of runs in the bottom of the 8th inning just to ensure that this game did not go sideways on them like so many have this season. We are going to talk about the standings. We are going to talk about a lot of things. Joey Millsap says, "Where's the glockenspiel?" And I don't know, but we need to work on getting some glockenspiel, more glockenspiel on this show, preferably tonight. But the offense blew up tonight, scoring 10 runs for the Diamondbacks. Perdomo, of course, the man of the match, no doubt about it, gave the Snakes an early lead with a solo home run in the first inning. That was his 17th of the year and his 89th RBI this season. 103 miles per hour off the bat, 417 feet to essentially center field, deep center field. and the Diamondbacks were on the board. Jordan Lawler, guys, is looking much better at the plate. Jordan Lawler, with some playing time, has been looking great defensively at third base. And overall, it appears the young man is really putting it together. He led off the second inning with a ground rule double and then would come in to score on a 2-out wild pitch. That would give the Diamondbacks a 2-1 lead. With 1 out there, Gabby and Blaze got on base by way of walks. And then Ildemaro Vargas hit a huge 3-run homer to give the Snakes a 5-1 lead. Lawler would hit a sac fly, of course, later in the game that would score Gabby. That would be in the 5th inning. Gabby and Blaze both walked again in that inning. Vargas loaded the bases with a single and no outs. And Lawler then delivered again with a sac fly. Again, like I said, to make the score at that point 6-1. It felt like the Diamondbacks were cruising. Erod was good. The bullpen, not so good, especially Bryce Jarvis in this one. He would be the one that would kind of cause this thing to get close, and he was very ineffective tonight. We're going to talk about him. We're also going to talk about how he doesn't deserve his walkout music after tonight's performance. It's way too hard for him. It is way too hard walkout music. But Blaze Alexander, terrific tonight for the Arizona Diamondbacks in several different ways. Not only did he return my snake to me, but Blaze Alexander also had 3 walks in this game, and he also had one of the most spectacular catches we've seen from a Diamondbacks outfielder all season long. So Blaze, again, 0 for 1 tonight, but he did have the 3 walks, and again, just actually, you know what? Now that I say that, I do believe actually, 0 for 1 with the 3 walks. So it's one of those weird nights. Like, there was a lot of offensive contributions from everyone on this team. Jordan Lawler, 1 for 3 with his RBI. You had Tyler Locklear going 1 for 4. Jorge Barroso went 1 for 4. But really, I mean, the guys that got it done tonight for the Diamondbacks were Blaze Alexander, Ildemaro Vargas, and of course, Geraldo Perdomo. Blaze did walk 3 times in this game. That's the 2nd time he's accomplished that feat in his big league career. Shout out to Jack Summers for giving me that little tip. The other time was on April 29th last season against the Dodgers. So Blaze has shown the ability to have patience, but I think the big play of the game was just the incredible play he made defensively there to, prevent a run from scoring and prevent this game at the time from being tied. Noted snake thief Alexander made one of the best outfield assists, honestly, we've ever seen. Corbin to Gabby, that one was incredible. And then this one, like the Diamondbacks don't have the best arms in the outfield, and that's one of their weaknesses. It has been for a few seasons now, right? But not only has Corbin improved his everything he does about his throwing, and Blaze out there, who has a big arm, it feels like the Diamondbacks have the ability to, get the ball in a hurry like we've seen other teams do as well. Overall, though, this was a big team win. I think that there were just everybody from this team. Corbin Carroll added his 30th home run of the season. He was 2 for 5 tonight with 3 RBI. And again, what can you say about Corbin Carroll and his power? What can you say about Corbin Carroll and just the season he's having now? I know that, again, his batting average isn't great, but his OPS is still up there close to 900. And again, 30 home runs from Corbin Carroll is something impressive, something I don't think many of us thought we would see like this, where he's able to consistently put up some big power numbers. His batting stance this year, the changes that he's made to everything, his, like I said, the way that he has improved his ability to get the ball in from the outfield, the way that he has improved his stance, everything has been damn good from Corbin Carroll. But again, home run number 30 tonight after the bullpen allowed the Red Sox to climb back into this game and make it a 6-5 game. The bottom of the 8th, the Diamondbacks just went off and added 4 more runs, basically pushing the lead back up to 10-5 at the time. And, you got Taylor Rashi, who you call in, you call Rashi, you call Rashi, call Rashi. That's the way the jingle goes, but you get him in there. I think they should have just brought him in the 7th inning and let him get another 3-inning save. Why not? But we're going to talk about the pitching. We're going to talk about Erod. We're going to talk about lots of things in this game. But first, I wanted to hear from Blaze Alexander himself, the man with the big arm tonight. Here's what Blaze had to say about that big play.
Yeah, pretty cool moment. I just remembered just being little, I'd go on YouTube and I'd search up like best infield arms, best outfield throws. So that was pretty cool. I don't know if I'll get added to those, but hopefully in the future. But that was a cool moment. Just save a run, just doing that for the team, doing that for Erod. It's a cool moment for me, but super cool moment for the team.
Has there been any kind of adjustment for you for moving to the outfield with the throwing arm? Has there been any kind of adjustment with the length of your arm action or anything like that?
I don't think so. I think truly I'm just trying to hit the cutoff, man. On that one, I knew, I had a chance to kind of get that guy and threw it over the cutoff, man. Mac talked to me already kind of about it, like, hey, keep that low, keep that throw low. And I understand, but yeah, again, cool moment, but really no adjustment out there, and I feel like I'm pretty accurate with my arm and just trying to make an accurate throw.
Did the rumor true that you told Mac you got more in there than that?
Oh, for sure. I don't know what it got clocked at, but I'm not tooting my own horn, but I'll throw a couple of hundred here pretty soon.
I'll tell you what it clocked at. It clocked at 98 miles per hour, Blaze. That's what it clocked in at. 98 miles per hour on that throw. And this guy says he has more in the tank. He went on to say that Dave McKay was basically telling him, like, let's keep it low next time, right? So what's funny about that is that some of the things that Blaze said made me realize that, like, I know that it's good fundamentals that Mac is telling him and teaching him, but maybe some of those throws we see are dictated by the Diamondbacks, coaching staff and not by the players. Maybe that's what they're told to do. If Blaze hits the cutoff man on that and he doesn't let it sail to home plate, they do not get that out at home plate, period. That's it. So I want him to make those plays. I want them to make those attempts. I think that the Diamondbacks are in a nothing to lose mode now. So why not go all out? Don't get yourself hurt. Don't do dumb things like lay yourself all completely out, for a catch or something silly. But at the same time, I say, like, this is a bit of fun team to watch lately. They've been winning a lot of baseball games. They've been doing it against the absolute toughest part of their schedule of the year, and they continue to do it tonight against a very tough Boston Red Sox team, including one of the best bullpens in baseball that they put 4 runs up there in the 8th inning on. So an excellent job tonight by this Arizona Diamondbacks team of getting this win. And of course, we have more from the clubhouse. We got Tori here talking about Blaze's throw.
His comment to Mac was, I got more than that too, by the way, just in case you want more, I got more. So that's what you love about Blaze. He lives on the edge of a seat. He plays that way, and he's got his game under control. 3 walks offensively, drives a throw home, and I don't know what the data says is probably 95 plus. I'm guessing accurate, on the money, good breaks, making great plays. He almost caught Lowe's ball starting on left center field, and almost caught that ball in right center field. So there's a lot of things that he's doing well, but the game is slowing down for him, and that was a big out. It was a huge out for us.
Damon, you said you had a question for me. What do you got?
Yeah. I tweeted it as well after watching that Blaze Alexander throw. Are you leaning at all towards potentially having Blaze maybe work on his outfield game with Gurriel out pretty much basically all of next season, right? Like, yeah. It happened late enough in the year that he's probably going to be out for the 2026 season as well. Is Blaze's best opportunity to get starting playing time for this team in the outfield? Because I feel like we all think he has the athleticism and the arm to potentially be a truly, like, really good outfielder. Well, if things break right.
You're right about that, and I think here's the thing. I don't want Blaze Alexander to be a super utility player. I appreciate what he can do. I think his arm is too strong for him to be over there at second base. I think that the outfield and third base make a whole heck of a lot of sense for them. I think Jordan Lawler has taken to third base really well at a major league level. So as far as I'm concerned, I'm with you there. Blaze has the attitude of a person that does not care about anything you ask him to do. He is Kevin Thomas in this office.
He's the anti-Rafael Devers.
He is absolutely the anti-Rafael Devers. He couldn't be more the opposite of Rafael Devers, right? It's all about the team. It's all about whatever he's being asked to do. And the weird part about guys like Alexander is that when he says that, there's a sincerity to it. He's not just saying it because it's the right answer. He's not just saying that because he knows when a coach comes to him and asks him if he can do something else, you're supposed to just be all gung-ho about it and get it done, right? What I think is that Blaze is a very talented guy that truly can play everywhere, but he does have, you know, places that make more sense for him and his skill set. So I do really love the idea of Blaze being out there. It's unfortunate that we lose Lourdes Gurriel, but again, there is a silver lining to it. And the silver lining is that the Diamondbacks do have very talented players that they have been trying to figure out a way to get them all on the field on the same time, get them all playing time consistently. And, you know, so far it feels like Blaze is a good fit anywhere he goes. But after seeing what he did tonight, I would love to see him in the outfield. Maybe not center field. And again, this isn't to attack Blaze, but he did misplay that Nathaniel low ball, which allowed that one run against Erod essentially to score, right? That ended up being an RBI single, and he didn't really misplay it.
There's going to be growing pains for sure.
There is. And Torrey pointed it out. Torrey said the speed on which he got from left center field to right center field to almost make that play was incredible. The problem is that you do deep down inside maybe feel a little bit like Alec Thomas might have played that better, either making it there and making the catch, or at least understanding that he wasn't going to make it there. Similar to the other night when we had Barossa and Blaze both make those diving catches that they missed, right?
I mean, Alec Thomas is a natural center fielder, right? So he
just
comes
understands
natural.
Chase Field so well. He understands bouncing off that wall, bouncing off of the weird, porch and all of that kind of stuff. And El Gallo is right. That was a dangerous play too. I agree with that. It looked like, especially with how much Blaze has been contributing, and especially considering that I just gave him a huge bag of Sour Patch Kids that was meant to power him to a game like this, I was concerned that he hurt himself on that play very much so, and I did not like his hat flipping off and flying backwards and all of that. But Blaze plays at 100% all the time, and I really appreciate it. I love the way that he is as a player. I'm concerned that sometimes he's putting himself in a position to get injured. And with all the injuries we've seen on this team this year, it's no surprise that is one of my big fears now for any, player on this team. It just sucks how many injuries have occurred. And it feels like, again, the Diamondbacks have something rolling now. So with the way this season has gone, Damon, I feel myself going, when's the other shoe going to drop? When are we going to start saying, are we back? And then immediately go, no, we've never been more dead, right? Like, so.
Yeah, I mean, that is a fact, because every time it feels like we start feeling like, man, this team's playing some pretty good baseball.
Mm-hmm.
Things come crashing and burning to the ground. But just to kind of wrap up that point, I mostly want to find a way to get Blaze on the field as much as possible. I think he makes good things happen, and I do believe in the player. I think that he is the type of player that just makes like big time plays that can change games. There's growing pains that are going to happen in his outfield minutes or outfield like innings that he gets. The ceiling is really high.
It is.
And we saw it tonight.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think as Sean said in the chat, the other aspect of it is we want to get Lawler as many innings as possible as well, and ABs as well. And getting Lawler, in the infield, Blaze playing some outfield, I think coincides well with that, where they're not competing with one another. They're both developing at the same time.
No, you're 100% right. And there was a defensive change at one point where they did bring Alec back for defense. And I don't know, like, I didn't feel like it was essentially necessary, but I also understand why you kind of want your best defender that knows the outfield out there for that big moment and, for all that. And again, you can switch Blaze over to third base like they did, and you don't have to remove him from the game. I thought that was played well. We're going to talk obviously about, the bullpen and the way things went, but Blaze got a little, I guess, emotional here. I mean, this was kind of nice to hear. It was kind of sweet. He was asked about, winning, obviously, but he was asked about how does it feel to win around all of these guys that he came up with, right? Like Barossa, Lawler, Blaze Alexander, Corbin Carroll, Jake McCarthy. Like, these guys have been teammates. Geraldo Perdomo. They've been teammates for years, and they played in the minor league system together. So it's really cool now that, I guess, based on need, the Diamondbacks have this youth movement that's come up and been a big part of the reason why they're winning. And Blaze commented on how it's great to do that with his friends.
Super fun. I was out there, and these are even some of, I guess you could say, like veteran guys like Corbin Carroll and those guys, like, who came up in the minor leagues together, like they're all on teams, and it's honestly, I was in center field, I'm like, whoa, dude, we're all here, like it was a cool moment. You know, Barroso a couple hits today, Locklear hit, Lawler hit, big sack fly. Like it's cool, man. 'Cause I just remember how I was kind of coming up in that situation. You're like maybe a little nervous, trying to like prove yourself, and once you get past that, man, the sky's the limit.
Seeing lots of love in the chat for Tyler Locklear, and I love that. Tyler Locklear has been very good over there at first base.
Big body Locklear.
Big body Locklear, right? Not to mention the fact that he's kind of doing it quietly. Reminds you of another guy that used to kind of do it quietly over there at first base, but contributing offensively, much like Jordan Lawler. The defense is there. You feel satisfied with the defenders you have at the corners. It's just about their bats coming around. You're starting to see that with Lawler, and you've been starting to see that with Locklear. I mean, he almost sent one to the seats that was caught just at the warning track, and again, didn't have himself a terrible day at the plate. But this is a great day to be back to 500. It's a great day to see Corbin Carroll hit number 30. We got more from Torrey here. Here's what Torrey had to say about the Diamondbacks getting to 71 and 71.
Yeah, we are. It's not our final destination either. We want to keep playing good baseball. We want to fight every single night. See where this thing goes. See where it takes us. And getting back to 500 is a nice feeling, but we got, I don't even know how many more games left. 20 games left. We got to win. We got to win more baseball games. So we'll see where we can go with that.
Inject it directly into my veins, Torrey. This is not our final destination. I don't love that particular choice of words because of the movie Final Destination. However, this is not our final destination, and I love it. I have had so many people ask us, what are we playing for? What are we doing? We're playing because we're still in it. We're playing because baseball is insane, and there's 162 games that at any point, good teams can start being bad and bad teams can start being good. The Diamondbacks have been a very bad team at times this year, but that is a completely different team than this team than we are seeing out there. Our guy Michael McDermott tweeted this out. I'm going to find this right now because I don't remember it off the top of my head, but it was insane the amount of players that have been injured on this team over the course of this season, right? So like the Diamondbacks, they by no stretch of the imagination are different than other teams. But when you take a look at the Diamondbacks opening day roster and who was on that opening day roster and who's made it to this point without being injured, it's basically Zach Gallen, Ryan Nelson, Brandon Pfaadt, Geraldo Perdomo, and Alec Thomas. That is the entire list of players that were active on opening day that didn't spend time on the IL this season and were not optioned down to the minors. 5 dudes. 5 dudes. That's it. It's crazy. So this Diamondbacks team that is playing this well right now is not the same team that was playing baseball at the beginning of the season. It's a completely different team. They have their bullpen that's been characterized as the island of misfit toys, or as Alex Weiner called them, just the Misfits. That was a fun band. But I mean, again, this is just an incredible turnaround for this team that has struggled all year long to put together good stretches of wins like this. But the thing I really wanted to talk about before we move on, let's first hear from Torrey. Torrey also discussed Corbin Carroll and what he's done with his bat all year, hitting those 30 bombs this season.
Yeah, those big round numbers, everybody searches for him, right? 100 RBIs, 30 homers. He's a slug machine, and 30 home runs. In my opinion, I felt like that day was going to be coming for him. The second half of last year helped him grow up, and he's just picked up where he left off at the end of last year. Just continues to grow and blossom into one of the best players in baseball, in my opinion. I don't even know what it is. I think it's like a 6.5 WAR, maybe something like that. It's a massive WAR, so I'll put him up against anybody. Special player.
I love when he's like, in my opinion. In everybody's opinion, Torrey. Everybody loves Corbin Carroll. Even Mookie Betts loves Corbin Carroll. You kidding me? Yeah, man, what he's done this year has been special. What he's done as a baseball player on this team has been special. And he has a 4.6 WAR so far in 2025. That's a B WAR. But overall, I think the one thing I was really impressed with was something I requested of you guys. And that was for Diamondbacks fans to come out. Yes, I wanted you to come out for Florida, and yes, 25 of you stayed for that concert. However, I do really appreciate the crowd tonight. There was 39,126 people in attendance at Chase Field tonight. As predicted, there were a lot of Red Sox fans. And as Damon knows, I was complaining about it quite a bit through text messages when I was trying to walk around the concourse. But you know who else showed up besides the Red Sox fans? The Diamondbacks fans. You Diamondbacks fans showed up, and I loved it. We couldn't get enough of it in the press box. It was one of the most electric nights at the ballpark. Maybe Florida had something to do with it. He was a pitching coach at some point in his life, but the ovations were simply incredible. And I mean, it went to both sides of the ball because, like the Red Sox would hit a high drive to the warning track and you would hear all the Red Sox fans lose their minds. And then when it gets caught, all of the Diamondbacks fans lose their mind. In fact, the Dbacks fans won the 7th inning stretch tonight. You won this game for the Diamondbacks. It wasn't just them doing it on their own. It was thanks to your support, especially against a team like this that we don't play very often and tends to draw very well in this town. But Torey, after the game, he not only discussed the win, which he's going to do right here, but he's also going to talk about how much the crowd support meant to the team and to the boys.
First of all, I want to acknowledge the crowd that was out there tonight. I mean, they were intense. I know they're here to watch a baseball game and they get the free concert, and they were bringing it. The energy they brought, I think the guys were picking up on it. There were a lot of comments inside of the dugouts. I just want to say thanks to them. And we're going to win baseball games for you guys. We want to fill up this house like that every single night. But as far as the game goes, it was a little bit of a fist fight. It wasn't easy. We had opportunities early on to break the game open. We didn't. The Red Sox are a good team. They fought back, and then we broke the game open in the 9th inning by not shutting down and having quality at bats and building innings, and then finally got that big hit with Corbin. It was Perdomo first and then Corbin. But overall, it's 10 hits, 7 walks, a ton of traffic. Just real nice approaches. Their starting pitcher does something that a lot of pitchers don't do. It's 95 plus with 7.5 feet of extension, and we were prepared for that. I thought we reversed some fastballs. He started to go to secondary stuff. We drove up pitch count and had him out of the game after 3 innings. So credit to the offense. And then Eddie went to work. I thought there was maybe a hiccup or 2 in there, but his last 2 innings were his best. He started to throw really good secondary stuff, specifically the breaking ball, the curve ball. And work through those last 2 innings really, really efficiently. So we played fast defense, quality at-bats, well-pitched game. 1 hiccup in there. We all know what it is, but overall we won game 1 of a series, and we just got to keep our head down, keep working, because we can get back into this thing by playing games like that.
I don't normally do this, but tonight is far too positive to put up with your crap tonight, Killer X. So you are out of here. Get him out of here, Damon. I don't want to see any comments from Killer X for the rest of this show. You're not going to come in here on a win like this, on a night like this, when Jesse Jr. was back and spread your negativity. You're gone, pal. Done. Out. See ya. And we are going to take a quick break while Damon goes ahead and kicks Killer X out of this chat so we don't have to hear from him tonight. We're going to take a break, and when we come back, we're going to talk about Erod shoving on the mound tonight, the bullpen trying to give this one back, and more. So don't you go anywhere. You're watching the PHNX Diamondback show, except you, Killer X. You shut up now. Don't come in here with that nonsense. You're not going to ruin my night. Me and Damon, we're pumped. We're going to go to Gila River Resorts and Casinos and maybe put a little money on red. And that's something you can do. It doesn't matter what you want to do. You do you at Gila River Resorts and Casinos. They have amazing resorts here in town for you to go enjoy relaxation and take a little staycation. They have a wonderful pool for you to hang out with and drink some frozen drinks and enjoy a little 21 and over action out there. And of course, also their state-of-the-art gaming floor with over 4,500 slots and live table games, or go catch all of the action at any of their BetMGM sportsbooks. So don't miss out on the unprecedented level of entertainment and excitement that you just won't find anywhere else. Again, you do you at Gila River Resorts and Casinos. Visit playathila.com for more details. And of course, Phoenix Raceway is championship weekend's coming up here. It's going to be here before we know it. Shout out to our friends from Phoenix Raceway. They were out here for our partners open house here at our new studio. It was great to chat with them. I talked to them about how much I love NASCAR. I've talked to you guys how much I love NASCAR. pick a driver. Maybe pick it based on the colors of his car. I don't care how you pick. Find a driver, root for him, and it'll change your world on NASCAR. Then come out October 31st through November 2nd to experience the finest that racing has to offer during championship weekend. Not only will you get a chance, if you check out the Desert Diamond infield experience, to go down and rub elbows with the drivers, get pictures with the cars, but you also catch the pre-race concert. Maybe Florida will be performing. Who knows? So don't forget, though, after a grueling season, much like baseball that starts in February and ends in October, it all comes down to this, a weekend of pure adrenaline where legends are made. So don't miss your chance to witness NASCAR Championship Weekend in person, coming to Phoenix Raceway October 31st through November 2nd. Tickets for Sunday's Cup Series Championship race sell out every year. So move fast to get yours now before they're gone. And here's the kicker. NASCAR's taking championship weekend on the road starting in 2026. So this is your last chance, at least for a while, to catch it in Phoenix. Tickets, hospitality, and upgrades are still available. Get yours now at the link in our show notes.
We met, one of the Phoenix Raceway people at our office the other day. It was really great meeting them. Phoenix Raceway, it's so great. I mean, Derek, I can't wait to get out there again this year.
No,
I'm clearing the schedule.
Oh, I mean, we had a blast. We really did. I really did find, like, I told you several times. I looked at Damon. I was like, are we allowed to be here? Like, it just felt weird that we were like standing on the track. I mean, we hanging out with drivers. And
the
stuff.
Access was wild. We were literally
there's no way this is okay.
Yeah, we were walking around like back where the pit crews were in the middle of the race, and it was like, is this actually okay? Yeah. Because like I could run onto the track right now.
Like, you want to get in the car? Hop in the car. No, I'm joking about that. Don't hop in the cars, but check out the cars and get that wonderful experience. But all right, love you guys. Great to see you guys here. Of course, great to see Erod doing his thing tonight. Erod always seems to step up against either former teams or teams that were his former rival or whatever. And he did that tonight against his former team in the Boston Red Sox. He did get hit hard early. He just seemed to progress and get stronger as the outing, went on. Of course, it did look early on like we might see Bryce Jarvis, who did eventually come into this game, perhaps come in earlier, come in like the fourth, come in the fifth. Instead, he kind of locked in. He really went fastball heavy. He didn't seem to have great command of his changeup. He only threw it 18 times, but it was still his second most thrown pitch, only at 18 times, because he threw the four-seam fastball 54 times. And as you can see, there's a whole lot of red all over this map. And again, I mean, his fastball was working. It's not to say it wasn't. He dialed up the whiffs when he really needed to. He got 12 whiffs tonight. 6 swing and misses on the fastball, 3 on the changeup, 2 on the curveball, and 1 on the cutter. He was just working the zone with the fastball. As you can see, he had good command over the fastball. He could kind of throw it anywhere in the zone that he wanted to. But the changeup, which was really working for him in his last outing, seemed to not be early on. When he was throwing it, you see like that blue dot that almost hit the batter on the left side there, and a lot of the blue dots were out of the strike zone, which is why you could tell he didn't have the best, green dots there low. Blue dots were the curveball, and that he also didn't throw very much.
I mean, he only threw about 3-4 changeups there for strike, Derek.
Yeah, exactly. That's what, and that seemed to be the case early on when he was getting hit hard. It looked like he was trying to go to the changeup, but it wasn't landing anywhere in the zone. But he just found a way. I mean, the only run he allowed tonight was that Nathaniel Lowe triple that scored Romy Gonzalez in the second inning. And that one, to be fair, not to blame it on Blaze, right? There's a good chance Romy scores even if the Diamondbacks are able to hold Nathaniel Lowe to a double there instead of a triple. But again, just a night where even the one run he allowed wasn't necessarily all on him. He went 6 innings tonight. He gave up 4 hits. He gave up 1 earned run, 2 walks, and 4 Ks. So Erod got the job done tonight for the Diamondbacks. At least we thought, because we handed over to the bullpen and they tried their best to give it back to the Red Sox. But Erod did comment after the game on his outing and the lack of command that he had in the first 3 innings.
I would say the first 3 in my location was in Geraldo, so I was getting on Deep's account and all that. But after that, I feel like we set it up and start throwing more strikes and get more like quick outs and it worked out. Went through 6 innings, so yeah, that's what they pay me for here, to go deep as I can in the game and keep the game winning. So I used all my pitches today, but like I say, the first 3 innings, the command wasn't good at all, and then make an adjustment and we'll work.
That's 4 wins in your last 5 decisions. Feel like kind of things are coming together now?
I mean, that's what it does. that's like I say, that's why I'm here. You know, just to try to go out there and win the games, and it's been working out pretty good. I mean, especially this part of the year, we really need it, and I hope we continue to do it.
You can definitely tell Erod is dissatisfied with the way things have gone, and really is trying to turn things around. Really trying to not shed too much attention on his current success. Just, you know, like, I don't know. It reminds me a little bit of Zach Gallen. Gallen discussed being remorseful that his performance wasn't better in the first half because the Diamondbacks essentially didn't get anything for him in a trade offer. And it was a really weird way to take that, in my opinion. Like, Gallen wasn't upset that, you know, the lack of performance caused the team to be in the hole they were record-wise. No. He's sad that he didn't pitch well enough to get traded, right? And I mean, maybe that's not what he was really trying to say. Zach really does appear to be enjoying being around this team, being around everything tonight. I mean, I walked out with Zach tonight, and he was talking about the crowd and how exciting it was to have that, you know, that big crowd making that much noise for him. He wasn't thrilled about how many Red Sox fans there were here, but I don't think any of us really were, right? But overall, again, Gallen is one of those guys that something clicked for him, motivation-wise, stuff-wise, I don't know what. I mean, he doesn't even really seem, at least when asked, to be discussing that anything's really different, but you can tell the results are different. Obviously, his fastball command lately is very different, but Erod's the same thing. His fastball command was there tonight. If he had a good feel for his changeup, he might have even been able to be a bit more dominant, put up a little bit more than just 4 strikeouts tonight. But it doesn't matter. 4 strikeouts are still 4 strikeouts, and this was a home game, and you know what that means. With every K, you win. At Circle K, text STRIKE to 31310 to start saving on fuel, food, and drinks after every Dbacks home game. And tonight, Erod got you once again a free hot coffee. I love that. I love that a cup of coffee is something that a baseball player can earn you in this world, considering we also use that as terminology for how long they played in the major leagues sometimes. But bullpen, again, like I said, tried their best to give it away. Not our guy T-Time, not our guy Ryan Thompson. That guy wants to go out there and RKO the opposition, and he did that tonight. He pitched a great inning. He had 2 strikeouts. That's all. 1 inning pitched, 2 strikeouts in Ryan Thompson's night. But meanwhile, Bryce Jarvis, he may have the greatest entrance music for a reliever on the team. It's that song Savior by Rise Against. It's absolutely electric, Damon, for a reliever to come out to Savior by Rise Against. But you know what? Bryce Jarvis, quite frankly, didn't deserve it tonight. And I think that he should have that song taken away from him until he's earned it back. That's just my opinion. I bet he would agree with me. He gave up a leadoff double to Navarez. He walked around, then gave up a big 2 RBI double to Bregman. That made it a 6-3 game at that time. He did not record an out. He gave up 3 hits and 3 earned runs to make it a 6-4 game at the time. And then an additional run was driven in once Saul Frank came in to relieve him, but Saul Frank did get out of the inning at the time with a lead. And the Diamondbacks still had a 6-5 lead. However, every Dbacks fan in the building and every Dbacks reporter in the press box all knew what was coming, and that was an inevitable collapse. However, that collapse never came because they called Rashi, and the Diamondbacks also kicked in 4 extra runs in the bottom of the 8th. But
I was going to say call the ambulance, but not for me, but
for you.
But actually call Rashi.
Could call Rashi. Call Rashi for you because you're the one that's going to need a lawyer.
Is he the future of this organization?
I don't know, but he came out to kickstart. If we're talking about entrance music, he came out to Kickstart My Heart by Motley Crue. And if I can just for a moment ponder if Taylor Rashi is in fact old enough to even know that song, let alone, I mean, again, I know I listen to music that's before my time. However, I do have to say Kickstart My Heart, electric. Closer stuff, in fact. I don't know if his stuff is closer stuff. Throwing 88 miles an hour might not be closer stuff. However, this man gets the job done. And I don't care how he throws. It's like Nabil Krismat, right? It's all about getting dudes out. And that's what he did tonight. In his 1 inning of pitch, he did strike out 1 and got out of the inning, and the Diamondbacks end up winning this game by a 10-5. By score 10-5. I don't love what happened with Bryce Jarvis there, and I still strongly believe in Jarvis. But it sucks that it happened, and it once again leaves you feeling uneasy about any reliever coming out at any point, you know, and that's the thing that is pretty disappointing overall about that. However, we're not going to get hung up on it because And this might be just me in my imaginary world, but the Diamondbacks still won this game 10-5. So if they would have been up 6-5, theoretically they still would have won it, right? Right, you guys? Right, Damon? They would have still won it if it was a 6-5 score. I don't think any of us believe that. So I'm just glad the Diamondbacks walk away winning the series opener here against the Red Sox by a score of 10-5. But we have not talked about the most special player, not only of this game, not only on this team, not only in this league, not only in Damon's heart, but possibly the most special player to ever live on this planet Earth, and that's Geraldo Perdomo.
I was going to say, you better be talking Jerry Ball.
You know
right
I'm
now.
talking Jerry Ball tonight, Damon, because this man is incredible. Like I said, he gave the Diamondbacks the lead in the first inning with a solo home run. And then Jerry just did what Jerry does and goes out there and gets hits. 4 for 5 tonight, 2 RBI, 1 home run. Geraldo Perdomo, absolutely our king snake of this game. And look at that shot. Look at that's good from the logo, Damon. That shot right there, that he's putting up on the rim, that is good from the logo.
I had to rub my eyes. I thought it was Steph Curry.
I know.
When I looked real quick, and I realized, no, it's just another GOAT.
It's just another GOAT. It's just another GOAT. Well, the Diamondbacks are 2-2 in series openers all time at Chase Field against the Boston Red Sox, and they have won 5 consecutive games against Boston dating back to 2023. They've won 7 of their last 10 games dating back to 2029, and they are now 24-22 in season openers this season. They've won 7 of their last 9 games dating back to August 27th, 11 of their last 16 dating back to August 19th. Damon, don't let the Snakes get hot. Don't let them get hot.
And don't let them win. Don't let them win game 2 of the series, is what I say.
Don't let them do that. Don't let them win the series.
Because could you imagine if then they let them get game 3?
Yeah, because if you let them get game 2, then they'll most likely get game 3, right? That's the way that works. Jerry's first inning home run adds to the Diamondbacks totals this year since the All-Star break. The Dbacks' 36 first inning runs are second most in Major League Baseball behind, you guessed it once again, the Pittsburgh Pirates. And they're 37. They have homered now in 6 of their last 7 games. And again, just a great performance overall from everybody. Jordan Lawler doubling in consecutive games. Corbin Carroll now has reached base safely in 22 consecutive games dating back to August 13th. And Geraldo Perdomo has homered twice in his last 4 games. Each of his last 2 home runs have been in the first inning. So Jerry P getting it done. You also have Ildemaro Vargas, which again, it's great for him to be back from that broken bone in his foot. And again, he just feels like a spark plug. He feels like a spark plug in more than one way. I love his personality and his attitude in the clubhouse. He's just very much a hype guy. You know, you just feel the energy getting up with a guy like Vargas. And then tonight, he really lifted the team with his 3-run home run there in the 3rd inning. It felt like this was kind of a back and forth slug fight, as Tori described earlier. And this was his second 3-run homer in his last 5 games. So it really feels like these guys are all putting it together. Speaking, by the way, of our guy Tea Time, Ryan Thompson, he is now scoreless in 11 of his last 12 home games. So he loves that home cooking. You know, that he can watch Raw and SmackDown and watch all the WWE pay-per-views. So that's why he's probably doing better at home. But so far, the Diamondbacks overall seem to be doing better at home. And
low-key, the bullpen has been playing some decent ball recently.
I mean, you're not wrong.
I haven't been sitting here, you know.
Even when they mess up, it's not a colossal failure.
No, it's like 1 or 2 runs given up. You know, John Curtis has his moments, I think, and then there's been, you know, the blow up tonight from Bryce Jarvis. But in general, like Ryan Thompson's been pretty solid. Woodford has been solid. You know, I think Rashi is you know, maybe the best relief pitcher in the sport. So I'm looking at this bullpen and I'm not saying, you know, it's not the worst like it was early on in the season. But yeah, knock on wood.
Yeah,
you're right, Yoshi.
Sure. Knock on wood right now. Saul Frank, a 1.11 ERA. Taylor Rashi, 1.50 ERA. So we might have some dogs in the pen. I know there's supposed to be bulls, but we might have some dogs in the pen.
I wanted to say regarding your Vargas thing as well, that home run from him today was like, I don't know. To me, it was one that was a little bit eye-opening. Like, it wasn't like a wall scraper type home run.
Yeah,
that was like a major league player hitting a home run in a big moment. And, you know, I think back to some of the other like kind of fill-in players that we've had, like the Emmanuel Rivera's of the world. Like they just don't have that kind of pop in their bat.
112 miles per hour off the bat.
I mean, he hit the hell out of that baseball. Like I maybe there's something there.
Yeah,
maybe there is. He hasn't really had the opportunity yet.
I think what it is again, like I discussed about this team win overall, this is contributions coming in from several different parts. And that's something that we probably have discussed entirely too much this year. Like, oh, the starting pitching's good, but the bullpen's bad. Oh, the bullpen's good, but the starting pitching's bad. Oh, the offense is great, and now it's terrible. Like the offense is consistent for 3 games, and then all of a sudden for 4 games can't generate more than 2 runs. Like this has been a frustrating season, but giving guys opportunities who are fighting hard for those opportunities yields results. Having that competition between players brings out the best in guys. It brought out the best in WWE and WCW when they competed against each other in the Monday Night Wars. Am I wrong there? Probably Ryan Thompson would be the one to answer that one. But no, it does. It brings out the best. The competition it brings out the best in all of these guys. I think there for a while you had, Jordan Lawler needing to prove himself, and perhaps maybe the pressure of him trying to prove himself and win a position against a guy like Blaze who was playing so well might have been too much. But now, because of injuries and because of the circumstances, both guys get to play on the field at the same time. And suddenly you're seeing Lawler just relax, right? And also the amount of Sour Patch Kids and the sugar I gave that Blaze, the game is going at like the slowest that it could possibly go. Blaze is moving like the Flash in DC comic books is kind of how it is. These are a lot of nerd references I'm throwing at you guys, but I don't regret any single one of them. Nor do I regret watching this team beat the Red Sox. I also don't regret kicking Killer X out of the chat. That is something I probably will never regret ever. But we're going to take a quick break. On the other side of this break, we're going to talk about the numbers from tonight's matchup, and I'm going to go crazy about the wild card standings. Are the Diamondbacks still 5.5 games back? Sure. But guess what? You let the Snakes get hot, and now the Padres, they're vulnerable. We're going to talk about it in 2 minutes. Don't you go anywhere. Unless, of course, that place you're going to is Rally House. Go check out Rally House. We love Rally House because not only do they make incredible sports gear, team gear, as you know, I love, as you know, Damon loves. Damon's never here without incredible team gear on his person. And that is why we love Rally House, because when you go to Rally House, you will find Arizona sports gear and only Arizona sports gear. They only carry Arizona teams over there, so you don't have to look at a bunch of stupid rivals from California putting their stuff in our stores. They have shop locations in Tempe, Mesa, and Glendale, and it is the go-to place to shop for all of your favorite local Arizona team gear. They have everything you need: jerseys, hats, shirts. It's coming up on hoodie season. I know it's actually not hoodie season, but once it drops below 90 degrees, it's hoodie season to me. So go out there, get yourself some drinkware, signage, coolers, socks, everything you need for the game day vibe, for your game day fit. And every time you visit a Rally House, you're guaranteed to find something new. So go find your local Rally House location and shop their entire product assortment online at rallyhouse.com today. Oh, Maze Devil says Tempe store had Ohtani jerseys when I went there. The entire world I know is crashing down on me. I don't know if to believe that. I think Maze Devil might be trolling me on that one. I just don't believe it in my heart. It makes Damon sick, that's for sure. But Mountain Credit American Union
clean up on aisle Ohtani.
Yeah,
Damon just threw up all over the jerseys. Oh, my bad.
All right, well, we're gonna have to put a call into the manager at the Tempe store, that's for sure. But tell you what, everybody needs a checking account, and a great place to do so is with Mountain America Credit Union, because they give you a checking account that gives back to you and your lifestyle with the My Style checking account. Mountain America Credit Union was opened in the 1930s. They have hundreds of branches across Arizona, Utah, Idaho, Montana, and Nevada, and their 1.2 million members love the My Style checking account, because the My Style checking account has perks just for you. It's not just a checking account. It gives you restaurant deals, it gives you mobile phone protection, it gives you telehealth access, and so much more. You can get identity theft protection, you can get loan rate discounts, and discounts on travel and events. Of course, so much more. So make sure to make My Style for your lifestyle at Mountain America Credit Union. Visit macu.com/mystyle to apply. Insured by NCUA, membership required based on eligibility. Some benefits require no cost registration activation. Terms, conditions, and exclusions apply. Maze Devil went there looking for a purple Perdomo jersey. Just a fact, just something I want to tell you guys. If you go to the team shop and you are looking for your favorite player that is already pre-made on the rack, there's a good chance, unless you're looking for Corbin Carroll or Ketel Marte, you're not going to find that person. So a hack is that you can get a blank, you can get Perdomo's name and number put on it, and it will cost you the exact same dollar amount that the jersey hanging on the wall does with a name on the back. Also, you could put your name on the back, or you could put Mayor, or you could put the number 69, according to sources and reports. But let's take a look.
As far as the U of A jerseys there go, we all know, Tempe is Wildcat country.
Don't you do that. Don't you start. You might as well be a bigger felon than Ohtani right now saying that, but at least it's Arizona gear, so I'll allow it. But let's take a look at the count presented by our friends at Desert Financial Credit Union. As always, this one, interesting. Diamondbacks did a good job here tonight. They out-hit the Red Sox 11-8. They outscored them 10-5. Diamondbacks were 5 for 11 with runners in scoring position. Meanwhile, the Sox were 4 for 9, so neither team bad with runners in scoring position. Both teams had 4 extra base hits. The Diamondbacks just had a couple of more home runs. And then expected batting average very high there for the Diamondbacks. They were really hitting the ball hard. They had a 351 expected batting average to the Red Sox 257. And again, this was a pretty thorough team victory and just you remove that performance by Bryce Jarvis, and this is a 10-1 ball game potentially, just a rout, right? And still at 10-5, it's not, you wouldn't call it close, but again, you take out Jarvis's performance tonight, and this team really killed it. Let's take a look, Damon, at the drunken orgy of violence that we call the NL West now, because things are getting interesting, at least in my opinion, and I'm going to tell you why. The Dodgers now sit atop of the division. Nothing there's changed. We don't care about them. They're a bunch of bums, and we hate them. 78-63, that's where the Dodgers are at. This is where it gets interesting. The Padres and the Giants are very close. The Padres, they're 2 back in the division. They're 76-65. But after they lost today and the Mets won, the San Diego Padres have now slipped into the 3rd wild card spot. The Mets have passed them. I do believe they have the same record, but based on heads-up matchups, I think the Mets are ahead of them. So you also have the Giants that are playing out of their minds right now, and you have the Diamondbacks who are playing some pretty good baseball as well. The Diamondbacks have games left against all of these losers. They have 6 games left against the Giants. They have 3 games left against the Dodgers. And then they literally end their season with a 3-game set in San Diego against the Friars. You mean to tell me, sitting 5.5 games back with the Padres now losing 5 in a row, I'm not supposed to get pumped and juiced about this, Damon? I'm supposed to let Killer X stay in this chat and say negative things about being 5.5 games back? Yes, 5.5 games back is a lot of games, and there's not a lot of room for error for the Diamondbacks. They cannot control their destiny. All they can control is trying to go out there and win every single one of these next 20 games that they have left in their 2025 season. Does anybody expect them to do it? No, nobody, except these 2 jabronis in this room right now. But I'll tell you this much. I know a lot of you in the chat still hold out hope, and I think we all should, because this team deserves it. They're playing really good baseball right now. They are not letting the circumstances of this season get them down. They're putting their heads down. They're playing hard. And God damn it, if they end up 3 games back, they could potentially sweep the Padres in the final series of the year and make it into the playoffs. Now there's a controllable factor. We were just talking about this the other day, that they don't play the Mets and they don't play the Reds. The Reds tonight blew it. The Reds, Damon, had bases loaded with no outs in the bottom of the 9th, and they freaking blew it, down 1 run to the Mets. And that could have changed a lot for us too, just having the Mets lose that game to the Reds. But the Reds are bums, and we don't care about them anymore. Now what we care about is those 6 games against the Giants that look more important than ever, and those 3 games at the end of the year against the Padres. Just let us get close. Just let us have a chance. If the Diamondbacks somehow find themselves 3 games, 2 games down by the time that comes around, that series against the Padres literally turns into a playoff series. And if the Diamondbacks win, they're in. Have they been good at that so far in their history? Absolutely not. There is nothing from 2024 or 2023 that makes me believe that the Diamondbacks could go into a 3-game series with the Padres and sweep them to get into the playoffs. I don't believe that at all. So prove me wrong. Tonight, I found out that Taylor Rashi keeps a list of every single person that has ever doubted him. That is sicko behavior, and I am here for it. So I want to be added to that list. I doubt you. Prove me wrong. Go out there, kick ass for the next 20 games, and get to that series with the Padres. Turn it into a playoff series and get into the playoffs. Do it for Jesse Jr., who deserves it. He deserves it. Damon, MLB.com today put out an article naming the Arizona Diamondbacks as a team who is completely out of it that could play spoiler. Have they not been paying attention? How are you going to include the Diamondbacks in with a bunch of other teams that have been numerically eliminated? They aren't that. They are not that. And don't put us in that category. We're not playing spoiler about anything. We're playing underdog. We're playing upset. We are them. We are him. I don't know. I don't want to be associated with that movie. It looks really weird. But anyway, I'll tell you, I'm excited, and I think all Diamondbacks fans should be. Why do they play 162 games? I guess this is the reason why. Because if you give teams enough time, they could potentially make up ground, and they could change their season. And right now, at least, that's what we're seeing from the Diamondbacks. Sean says Theo DeRosa is on that list now, Derek. Absolutely. Absolutely, for sure. But I'll tell you, I feel like things have turned in our favor, and I feel like a big reason for it is because this guy is back. So, Damon, I think we're going to take another quick break. And on the other side of this break, we are going to talk about our friend Cam Cox from Channel 12 helping us get our beloved mascot, Jesse Jr., back today on the pregame show. Don't you go anywhere. You're watching the PHNX Diamondbacks podcast. Well, whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. Bet365 has 90 million users worldwide, and almost all 90 of them couldn't be more excited about football being back. With the Bet365 early payout offer, you are a winner on football if your team goes up by 17 points with an instant payout on straight bets and parlay selections, which will be marked as winners regardless of the outcome of the game. Last NFL season, both money lines were paid out 4 times because of their early payout offer and what the game ended up resulting in. So do not miss out. This applies to college football as well. Also, there's 20 games left in the Diamondbacks season, so don't forget about the MLB early payout offer, where you're a winner if your team goes up by 5 runs or more. In this game tonight, if the Diamondbacks would have ended up losing, you still would have been a winner regardless of what the bullpen did. So new customers right now, you can get $200 in bonus bets when you bet $5. Win or lose, all you got to do is sign up, use the code of PHNX365 when you do, deposit $10 and place a bet of $5 or more to get $200 in bonus bets if your bet wins or loses. Bonus bets can be used on the spread, totals, players, props, futures, and more. Whatever the moment, it is never ordinary at Bet365. Must be 21 or over and physically located in Arizona. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call 1-800-NEXT-STEP, text NEXT STEP to 53342, or visit problemgambling.az.gov. And also make sure to stop by Circle K. I told you earlier on how you can get yourself a free hot coffee. The Diamondbacks pitchers want to provide you with free beverages, and so is Circle K. They want to make it cheaper and easier for you. So go become a member of the Inner Circle. If you have not done so already, it is a free membership program. It's easy to download the app and get enrolled. Then you just use your phone number to save on all sorts of Circle K products. You get 79-cent Polar Pops, 99-cent Frosters, 3 for $5 on the 28-ounce Gatorades, and of course, you also save on gas. You'll save 25 cents off per gallon on your first 5 fill-ups when you sign up. And then all you got to do is visit once in the month of September, and you'll save 10 cents off per gallon. One visit equals a minimum of $5 purchase or 5-gallon fill-up, and you can earn that once per week. So do not hesitate. Go join the Inner Circle right now for free by downloading the Circle K app. Terms and conditions apply at participating locations. Visit CircleK.com for details. fun fact, Damon, when Torey Lovullo came into the press conference during the pregame media availability, he called me Circle K, because he saw me on the gas pump over there one night when he was driving home. And then when he described to me the whole story about seeing me on the gas pump and how I scared him. And that's definitely relatable. But also, I don't love
Same, Tori, same.
I don't love the nickname Circle K. Like, I don't love it, but I love Circle K, so I'm conflicted. That's because I could never live up to the standards of having the Circle K nickname. Mayor, politicians, that's easy. That's cakewalk. But doing this other stuff, I don't know. I don't know if I can live up to a Circle K nickname. What I do live up to, though, is my promise to dye my stupid beard teal, even though I didn't want to do it. And Blaze did, in fact, have to steal Jesse Jr. in order to force me to do it. And I was thrilled today to get our beloved mascot back. We were part of the pregame show today, and I think we have a little clip. Here's where Cam Cox, our friend Cam Cox, actually helped go into. They set this up. It was kind of a sting operation. They got Blaze Alexander to bring the snake to the yard today. Then Cam very cleverly went ahead and scheduled our interview during the Diamondbacks team meeting for batters before the game. So Blaze was unable to attend. Cam was able to steal Jesse Jr. back for me. And then we completed the exchange between the two of us where he gave me back Jesse Jr. and I provided Blaze with, as promised, a family-sized bag of Sour Patch Kids, which is entirely too much sugar for Blaze. But Damon, I think, do we have the clip? Yes. Let's take a look at that beautiful bean footage.
So he kidnapped this.
Yeah, we adopted the snake and gave it a home, and now Blaze kidnapped our snake
The
back.
stuffed snake in the kitty carrier is really what's sending me right now.
It's something else.
He doesn't like enclosed spaces, so I'm kind of upset that he's in there. But yeah, no, apparently Blaze needed to hide him in a container, and there he is right there.
And so the only way you get this back was what?
Blaze made me live up to my beard bet and dye my stupid beard teal, which I have done. He also demanded a bag of Sour Patch Kids, which I have foolishly bought a family-sized bag. Like, I think I could have gotten away with a
I can help you with that.
Okay, that's fine.
It's no problem.
But, yeah.
So, Lena, can we make the exchange? Blaze is not here. He's warming up for the game. So
well, I think Blaze has to be the rightful person to do it. However, we do have it's on the record, right?
It's on the record.
The
it's
hands
official.
have been shaken.
We had to do this in a public place. We couldn't really trust each other.
Yes, we're the mediators, right?
So I appreciate you guys setting that up for us.
Here's your snake back.
Here's good old Jesse Jr.
And we'll take the Sour Patch Kids.
Make sure he gets those.
I don't know. Lena
I don't
might.
trust Lena to give those to him, but
this skirt does have pockets,
Yeah,
so
there we go.
if they go missing, you know where they might be.
Well, I appreciate you guys.
So now we've officiated this bet. We got about 30 seconds left here, Derek. How cool is it that this team is playing meaningful games in September?
Oh, this is
great.
great.
And can they close the gap?
I mean, I think that at least as long as they're in it, the snakes are alive, right? And I think that's what's fun about this right now. They have no reason after what happened at the trade deadline to still be playing the level of baseball that they are. They've been playing some terrific baseball, and the young guys are doing it, like Blaze, who has been hitting 810 since he kidnapped our snake. So I don't want anybody coming for
he can have the snake back.
810 OPS, not 810 batting average. Yeah, I'm still surprised that Lena let that bag of Sour Patch Kids actually make it to Blaze, but a whole lot of fun. Again, shout out to our friends at Channel 12. Shout out to Cam and Lena again for having us and our ridiculous nonsense, I guess, is what you could best classify this as. Our ridiculous nonsense on their professional pregame show program. So we appreciate that. Also, if you guys are watching right now on your favorite app, make sure to come on over. We're going to head over in overtime. We got some super chats from BCSC that are going to be totally inappropriate. So we're going to do that in overtime. If you're watching on your favorite television app, come on over to PHNX.com. We're going to keep the party going because I'm not ready to wrap things up just yet, Damon. Funny thing overall about that entire situation there at Channel 12 is how many times I've had to explain the entire story to people, the entire saga, going back to Kevin getting me involved in his stupid beard bet and getting involved with our snake being captured somehow. I still suspect somebody in this office is involved. I suspect Damon a little bit. That's probably not fair to do, but
how dare you?
Look, you're precocious. I feel like you would help Blaze just for the gag, just for the laughs, right? There's other people in this office I know that they would never let that happen, right? Shane would die for Jesse Jr. And I don't know why I specified Shane in this manner, but I just really feel like he loves this snake quite frankly, more than any of us do. The snake almost ate the baby, though, so there were some complications with that. I do want to say, though, that, again, as I said there, it is fun to watch them play meaningful baseball games this month. And I think that really is what it comes down to, it is that this team, for all intents and purposes, has no business still being in it. We have no business talking about relevant baseball games or them giving us this wonderful win on a Friday night where we can all get together and talk about how much we love this baseball team. But I think that the big key here is that guys are being given an opportunity and they're going for it. And you're seeing performances, you're seeing guys step up, you're seeing a lot of names that had no business being on this team, at least as far as we were concerned, on opening day, being the ones getting the job now. So we do have some super chats to get to, Damon, and I think they're all from BCSC. Do you want to go ahead and read those?
They are, and you know, they're not quite, you know, the normal BCSC tone, I don't think, that we're used to seeing.
Is something bad? Since
Tuesday, I've been called myself so many bad names, even said I wish I was never born, and I even said I wish I didn't wake up after being...
No, we're not doing that.
SHIT.
Not our guy BCSC.
They told me I was getting promoted, told my supervisor the same, and then told her we're going in a different direction. No promotion, shaking my head. Resiliency is
before we get to the next one, I just want to talk about that because I've gone through that myself quite a bit, and I used to work at a bank for almost 20 years. Believe it or not, most of you won't believe that. They're like, who would ever trust you to let you work at a bank for 20 years? I don't know the answer to that, but what I do know is that's a heartbreaking thing. And sometimes in life, when you have aspirations, sometimes in life when all you really want to do is do a good job and move up and make that next logical step in your career, that it doesn't happen. And it can be very frustrating and it can be very deflating, quite frankly. But I want you to know that I never gave up, and you shouldn't either. And I don't ever want to hear about anybody giving up, because life is hard sometimes. There's ups and downs, and sometimes those downs don't feel like they're going to go back up. I'll tell you from experience right now, I have a water main leak at my house, and every single day for me is a waking nightmare. I am anxiety riddled from the time my eyes open until I can finally get my stupid brain to shut off at night. And it's all because I'm losing, Damon, get this, 1.8 gallons of water per minute. That is 104 gallons an hour.
That's unfathomable.
It is unfathomable. And this is why I lose sleep at night. And this is why I'm not well right now. But again, what I do know, what I do tell myself, and I hope you guys tell yourself, especially you, BCSC, is that things are always going to get better. And these tough times don't last, but bad times don't last, but bad guys do. Don't forget that. BCSC says, resiliency is the enemy of doubt. Go Dbacks Nation. Let's turn it around. And then also says, I'm a man. I told them I will help every step of the way, regardless of how I feel. Like Hangman said, because I'm a man and I'm loving and compassionate. There you go.
Only way to be.
Hey, I'm gonna bring up Damon, dog. This guy has worked so hard this week, and I wanted to commend him on the amazing work that he's done and the fact that he's working literally 7 days this week. This man loves ball so much. He just was like, I don't need days off. What do I need days off for? What do I need a life for? Who needs to eat? Who needs to drink water? Not me. That's what Damon says, except when he goes and gets Harumi sushi without me and leaves me out. And then he's dead to me. That's when he eats, when we decide to get Harumi sushi and I don't get to be a part.
They were like, Damon, do you want a day off this week? And I said, guys, honestly, no, I don't. I'd rather be doing a stream of some sorts, talking about football.
Yeah.
That's where I'll be on Sunday with PHNX Cardinals.
Hold on. That's where you'll be on Saturday, too, talking about football. But on
Saturday, of course, I have my AZ Wildcats show.
That's right.
With my guy, Kevin Thomas. You guys all love him. Again, you know, there were so many of you guys that showed up last week. Really appreciated it. The Dbacks faithful showed up strong, Derek.
I love them.
If you are a Dbacks fan and an Arizona Wildcat, please, again, show up in numbers. Leave a like. Leave a like if you don't like U of A. If you hate U of A, just do it for your boys. You know, it means a lot.
I'll consider it. It's U of A. Let's calm down. But Killer X somehow thinks it was a mistake that he got banned. It totally was Killer X. My bad. I'm sorry. I don't know how that happened, but we'll make sure it never happens again. Damn finger slip. But forks up, cactus lights on, Diamondbacks win. And of course, this is going to be a fun weekend. Hopefully the Diamondbacks can continue playing strong. Things don't really get easier. They kind of do. They have the Minnesota Twins eventually, but with the way this San Francisco Giants team is playing, I once described them as one of the teams below 500 left on their schedule that they could maybe win some games against, but that is going to be far more difficult than we thought it was going to be with the way they're playing baseball right now. So a lot of baseball still left to play, a lot of meaningful baseball games left to play for the Diamondbacks. So let's root on this team and let's finish these last 20 games strong. You never know what can happen. Just don't let the Snakes get hot, because if you let them win one, they'll win two. And that's the way it works. But we do appreciate you guys, all of you, especially you, Killer X, for being here tonight. We love you guys. Make sure to follow us on Twitter if you do that thing. I am at cap_caveman with a K. I'm also on Instagram, and I'm trying to use it more. So I would love for you guys to follow me over there. Of course, Damon Dog is at Damon Dog with a DAWG at the end, wherever he is. And of course, we are all Damon's Dogs. Bark, bark. Our show is at PHNX_Dbacks, but as always, all roads lead to at PHNX_sports on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. We appreciate you guys so much for your time. Thank you for sharing a little bit of your valuable commodity with us. We will see you on Monday again with another Monday show. I believe we're coming up, I think we might only have after next week one show that we will be doing that is on a day of a game, but isn't a post-game show. We're going to bring you as many post-game shows to wrap up the rest of the season as we can, just so that way we can be here to enjoy all of this fun or sorrow together, depending on how this story unfolds. But we appreciate you guys so much for your time. We will be back, like I said, on Monday with another Mailbag Monday episode. Make sure to send us your questions for that. And also make sure to have yourselves a wonderful, wonderful weekend, enjoying all of this football action that we have gloriously bestowed upon us by both the NFL and college football. So thank you guys again so much. We will see you on Monday. Until then, behave yourselves, Killer X. Have a wonderful weekend. And remember, kids, baseball is fun, but it is so much more fun when everybody on the team contributes, and Blaze gives me back my snake.
We all silly like the mayor.